So this is what we have understood. Now section 43B. Section 43B we have discussed in multiple situations, and this time you should understand. This is a summary of section 43B. Certain payments to be allowed only on payment basis, even though SEC has adopted accrual system or mercantile system of accounting. So look at this. Following expenses are allowed on deduction basis only if allowed as a deduction only if SEC makes payment of such expenditure on or before filing of return or due date of return under section 139(1), whichever is earlier. So I'll explain this paragraph, but what are those expenses? So we call it TBLICR. TBLICR. T for taxes, B for bonus, L for leave encashment, I for interest on loan taken from PFI, PSP. और दो लोग आ गए, नहीं स्नेहा ही है. स्नेहा दो अलग अलग अकाउंट से लॉगिन कर रही है, ऐसा लग रहा है. सर अथर का नेट इश्यू हो गया है, सॉरी अथर. और स्नेहा का क्या प्रॉब्लम है? स्नेहा को पूछो कुछ.
अथर्व प्रॉब्लम.
स्नेहा का अथर्व प्रॉब्लम है. वाह अथर्व, स्नेहा का प्रॉब्लम मत बनो. TBLICR. So T for taxes, B for bonus, L for leave encashment, I for interest taken from PFI, SFC, SISC, Schedule Bank, Cooperative Bank, NBFC. Okay. Contribution, that is employer contribution to staff welfare fund. And last one is R, payment to railway. Out of TBLICR, TBLIC we have already discussed in respective section. Here we are discussing only about R, payment made to railway. Okay, payment made to railways. Now please remember one more thing. This I will be teaching you in the chapter of filing of return. This I'll be teaching. What is saying? Closed. Okay. This I'll be teaching in the chapter of filing of return. Okay. Due date of ROI. Now these are the due date of ROI. Generally you should remember. Okay. By default we file a return as on 31st July of assessment year. And if you are an audit assessee, we file return on 30th of September. On 30th of September we file return. Next, if you are an international assessee, please understand. If you are international assessee, then you have to submit CA report, and that CA, along with that CA report, you have to submit your ITR as on 30th of November. So these are the three due dates, but this due date you should not remember as of now. That we will discuss in the chapter. These two due date you should remember. These are the due date on which we file our income tax return. By taking help of this particular due date, allow me to explain you section 48(3). Section 43B. Again somebody is waiting list. This Nia is again and again in the waiting list. God bless her. Section 43B. Section 43B says if this is your previous year, okay, this is your previous year, 1920. Yes, Nia, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, it was I don't know what kind of issue it was, but we were trying to add you, but it was not possible from our side. I guess you are facing some network issue.
Sir.
Okay. So previous year 1920, some expenses are accrued here. Okay, some expenses are accrued, and those expenses are TBLICR. TBLICR, taxes, bonus, leave encashment, interest, employer contribution to PF, and payment to railways. These expenses are accrued. Now, please understand, government is not asking you to make payment as on 31st March itself. Government is not asking you to make payment as on 31st March. Okay. Government saying, okay, you can make payment for previous year 1920. You don't have to make payment on 31st March, but you must make payment before filing return of income, and before filing return of income means that date is given under section 139. Due date is given under section 139 subsection 1. By default due date is the 31st July. By default due date is 31st July, and if your audit assessee, the due date will be extended one. The due date will be extended one 30th September. So either due date is the 31st July or 30th September. By default, it is 31st July. Only if you are under tax audit, it becomes 30th September. That we will discuss later on. But please understand, you can make any payment even in this period. You don't have to make payment on or before 31st March. You have to make payment on or before filing of return or due date of return. You have to make payment on or before filing of return or due date of return. Is it clear? जब हम पेमेंट बेसिस बोलते हैं तो आपको मार्च के पहले पेमेंट करना ऐसा नहीं बोला सेक्शन ने बोला रिटर्न फाइल करने के पहले या उस ड्यू डेट के पहले पेमेंट कर दो. So a bonus which you pay for 19, 20 and in April 20, May 20, June 20, July 20, you can pay in this month also. Interest that you have to pay for the March month, you don't have to pay in the March month. You can pay in April month. GST of March month, you can pay in this year, April, May, June, July, and still you will get the deduction. They are saying you must pay to claim the deduction. Am I clear? That payment can be in this period as well. Hello? Are you able to understand this? Payment मैं बता रहा हूँ 31st March के पहले करना ऐसे नहीं बोला मैंने. Deduction is available on payment basis. Payment can be made even after 31st March, but before filing return of income. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So that's section 43B. 43B is done. Now we are talking about 40 clause B. See, 40 clause A we have already discussed. Now we are going to talk about section 40 clause B. Section 40 clause B is applicable only on firm assessees, partnership firm, okay, registered partnership firm. It can be either registered under Partnership Act or it can be registered under LLP Act, but it is applicable only to firm, and therefore this particular section in CA final we discuss CA final, CMA final. In final year we discuss in dedicated chapter of taxation of firm, because this belongs to that particular group of section which are applicable to firms. So, but here at this particular level, at intermediate level, you are expected to know at least one out of those sections, and that is section 40B. Why section 40B is this? In case of firm, please understand. Do you remember tax liability of firm? What is the tax rate of firm? Do you remember tax rate of firm? What is the income tax rate of partnership firm? Can you tell me?
30%.
30%.
So what happens, in case of firm, there will be incomes, there will be expenses, and there will be profit. On this profit, there is a 30% tax rate. Okay. So what firm will try to do usually to avoid tax, they will try to book more expenses. And one of the way through which they can book more expenses is by showing partners remuneration. By showing more partner remuneration. Okay. This is one of the possible situation where a firm will try to show more partners remuneration to reduce the profit, and partners are owner of the business, so they don't mind taking extra salary or extra remuneration from the firm. To control this practice, they have introduced section. Now this payment is allowed, but subject to section 40 small b, subject to section 40 clause B. Okay. This clause is putting limit on maximum remuneration that can be given by the firm to its partner. Now, please understand, one firm can give what all things to the partner. So, firm can give salary. Okay, a firm can give salary to the partner. Now, salary is the expense for the firm. Please understand, salary is the expense for the firm. So, what it is for the partner? Salary is the expense for the firm. Then what it is for the partner? Come on, tell me. For partner, it is income. So this income will be taxable under which head? here deduction is allowed under PGBP. Deduction is allowed under PGBP. For firm it is allowed under PGBP. I'm asking you under which head this particular income should be taxable. I'm asking you head of income. Salary given by firm to partner should be taxable under which head? And let me tell you, I have taught you this in the salary chapter as well as in the PGBP chapter. In 2 chapters, I have taught you already this particular point. Salary given by firm to partner should be taxable under which head? Tell me. Hello?
IFOS.
IFOS. Pasha का आंसर है IFOS. Pasha is saying partner का firm चलाना is a other activity, not main activity. Is it a case? Hello? You tell me, no, when you become a partner in particular firm, when you become a CMA and 2 more people from your batch become CMA and you 3 decided to start a practicing firm, how would you look at your firm? Is it your other activity? Is it your job or is it your business?
Business profession.
So this is taxable under PGBP head. Please understand, partner ka salary is not taxable under the head salary because there is no employer-employee relationship. Partner ka salary is not taxable under the head IFOS. It is taxable under the head PGBP. This point we have written in the salary chapter. Okay, you must have, you must follow those, you must revise these chapters. Otherwise, you are going to forget everything. All right. Apart from salary, firm gives interest. Firm gives what? Interest. Interest to partner, interest on capital. You tell me, on an average, what should be the percentage of interest that firm should give to partner? Come on, tell me.
12%.
12%. 12% is a rational rate, but what firm will try to do, if they wanted to book more interest, they will try to give 18%, they will try to give 20%. To control this, section 40B says, okay, we will allow you deduction, but not more than 12%. So interest is also expense for the firm and income for the partner. Apart from that, firm gives profit share. Hello. Profit share. Share in profit. Share in profit. Come on, tell me, is it an expense to the firm? Partnership firm is giving profit sharing to partner. Is it an expense to the firm? Hello?
No.
No, this is not an expense. Therefore, firm will not claim the deduction. Will it become taxable in the hands of partner? Share in profit from partnership firm, will it become taxable?
No.
No, it is exempt. Do you remember the chart? It is exempt under section 10 2A. We have created this chart under exempted chapter. So that the same chart we are creating here. Please understand what all firm is giving to partner. A firm is giving remuneration or interest on capital. This is access to the firm. Therefore, it should be allowed as a deduction, but subject to section 40B. Okay. And because it is allowed as a deduction to section firm, subject to section 40B, okay, it will be taxable in partner. For partner, it will be taxable. But the second item which firms is giving, that is share in profit, it is not expenditure. It is not expenditure. This is not expenditure. Okay, this is not an expenditure, and therefore this is exempt in the hands of partner. And why is it exempt in the hands of partner? Because firm has already paid tax on its profit, that too at the rate of 30%. If you again take tax from the partner, it will lead to a double taxation situation. Therefore, it is not taxable in the hands of partner. Am I clear? Am I clear with this much? Hello? ये बेसिक चार्ट क्लियर है क्या?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now this sentence you should read and remember. Sir, how much is taxable in the hands of partner? क्या पूरा amount taxable होता है? Answer is no. how much is taxable in the hands of partner depends on how much it was allowed to the firm. So amount which is deductible in the hands of the firm will be taxable in the hands of partner. This sentence is the important sentence that you should understand. For that, you should remember what are the limits given under section 40B for partners remuneration. Okay. So if partner remuneration is not as per partnership deed, if partner's remuneration is not as per partnership deed, it is outrightly disallowed. If partnership deed doesn't have clause of partner's remuneration, that becomes void contract and therefore it is not allowed to the firm. Secondly, partnership did have partner's remuneration clause, but it should not be allowed beyond particular point. There has to be a maximum limit to control tax evasion. Therefore, they say, okay, if it is as per the partnership deed, then you must pay only to working partners who are working their day-to-day basis. You should not make payment of salaries to sleeping partner, dormant partner, nominal partner. You should only make payment to active partner and working partner. So if it is paid to any other partner, it will be disallowed. If it is paid to working partner, it is allowed. But we will compare actual remuneration and maximum limit given under section 40B. If it is within the limit, allowed. If it is beyond the limit, then up to the limit allowed, and excess will be disallowed. For that, you need to know the limit. Please understand, a maximum limit, okay, a maximum limit that they have set depends on the book profit of the firm. Depends on book profit, not taxable income. It depends on the book profit of the firm. I'll teach you how to compute book profit. So if book profit of the firm is less than equal to 3 lakh, that means partnership firm is not earning much. If a book profit of the firm is less than equal to 3 lakh, then 90% of the book profit or 1,50,000 per annum, whichever is higher. Let us take some example. If book profit of the firm is 1 lakh, I'm asking you, if book profit of the firm is 1 lakh, how much would you pay to partner? Maximum. What is the maximum limit? If book profit of the firm is 1 lakh, how much should you pay? Tell me.
1,50,000.
150.
Book profit is equal to 1 lakh and actual remuneration is 1,75,000. Actually, they have paid 1,75,000. So we have to compute allowed and disallowed. How would we compute? First, actual remuneration given by the partnership firm, which is 1,75,000 in my example. Okay. Second number, maximum limit under section 40B. How much maximum limit? Sir, 90% of book profit or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. So that whichever is higher number is 1,50,000 because 90% of book profit falls to 90,000. So we can pay partner up to 1,50,000. Whichever is lower is allowed. Okay, whichever is lower, that means therefore allowable remuneration to the firm. Allowable remuneration is equal to 1,50,000. So can you tell me how much is disallowed? Therefore, how much is disallowed? How much is disallowed? हमने 1,75,000.
25,000.
Yes, so 25,000 will be disallowed. So this is what you must understand. 1,50,000 is allowed, therefore 25,000 is disallowed. ऐसे चलता है partnership firm के केस में. Now second example. What if my book profit was 2 lakh? Come on, tell me how much would be allowed? What will be the limit, maximum limit?
1,80,000.
1,80,000. Why 1,80,000? Because 90% of book profit. Hello. 90% of book profit or 1,50,000, whichever is higher. Therefore, my limit would have become 1,80,000. What if I paid 1,60,000 as a salary? 1,80,000 is the limit, but I paid 1,60,000. Can I pay less than the limit? Is it possible? Can I pay actual salary less than limit? Hello. What section 40B is saying? Should you pay this much or this is the maximum limit? This 1,80,000 is the maximum limit This 1,80,000 is the maximum limit. You may pay more than this, you may pay less than this. Please understand. Therefore, I'm saying my actual remuneration was 1,60,000. Is there any problem?
No.
No, I have paid within the limit. But what if I have paid actual remuneration 1,85,000? Then what will you do? Actual remuneration paid was 1,85,000. What will you do? Come on, tell me.
5,000 disallowed.
5,000 disallowed. Excellent. Okay. Now the third thing. My book profit is 3 lakh. My book profit is 3 lakh. Come on, tell me the limit. Book profit is 3 lakh.
1,50,000. No, 2,70,000.
1,50,000 or 2,70,000, whichever is higher. Therefore, my limit will become 2,60,000. What if I paid actual remuneration? What if I paid actual remuneration 2,40,000? Is it allowed?
Yes.
Yes, it is allowed. What if my actual remuneration is 2,90,000? 270 allowed and 20 disallowed. Barabar na? 20 disallowed. So this is what you should understand. What if my book profit is equal to 13 lakh? What if my book profit is equal to 13 lakh? What if my book profit is 13 lakh? How will you compute limit? My actual remuneration here is 10 lakh. Actual remuneration 10 lakh. Okay. And my book profit is 13 lakh. 13 lakh. Now we have to compute limit. This is first number. We have to compute limit. So up to 3 lakh book profit 90%. Barabar na? Up to 3 lakh of book profit 90%. Up to 3 lakh of book profit 90%, and that 90% number comes to 2,70,000. 90% number comes to 2,70,000, and 60% of balance book profit. 60% of balance book profit. So total book profit kitna tha mera? 13 lakh. So how would you compute 60%? 60% into 13 lakh, which is book profit, minus 3 lakh, because 3 lakh का calculation हो चुका है. Okay. So 10 lakh का 60% would be 6 lakh. Are you able to understand this? 60% of balance book profit, above 3 lakh, 60% of balance book profit. So my limit will become, come on, tell me, 6, 7, 8.
8,70,000.
8,70,000. My limit will become 8,70,000, and therefore allowable remuneration will be
8,70,000.
8,70,000. Therefore disallowed remuneration
1,30,000.
disallowed remuneration is how much?
1,30,000.
I have paid 10 lakh. Out of that 1 lakh, 8 lakh 70 is allowed. Therefore 1,30,000 is the disallowed. Okay. Now my question to all of you is very important question. Everybody please pay attention. How much is taxable in the hands of partner? Partner is asking you. There are partners, they are asking you, how much is taxable in our hand? Taxable amount. Because it is taxable in the hands of partner. So how much it is taxable? Come on, tell me.
1,30,000.
1,30,000. Nah. Wrong answer. How much is taxable in the hands of partner? Come on, tell me.
Actual जितना था.
Actual कितना मिला है? उनके बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा कितना आया है? दो ऑप्शन. Actual remuneration कितना मिला है उनको? 10 लाख का. और फर्म को अलाउड कितना हुआ है?
8,70,000.
बोलो, इन दोनों में ऑप्शन है तुम्हारे पास. पाशा ने जो नंबर बोला वो थर्ड, वो आउटसाइड द ऑप्शन है. इन दोनों में का एक नंबर होगा. बोलो, एक्चुअल रेम्यूनरेशन उन्होंने कमाया हुआ है 10 लाख रुपीज, उनके अकाउंट में 10 लाख रुपीज आया हुआ है, लेकिन फर्म ने जो डिडक्शन लिया हुआ है वो लिया हुआ है 8,70,000 के ऊपर. तो पार्टनर के हाथ में कितना टैक्सेबल? बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट सा क्वेश्चन.
8,70,000.
क्यों क्यों सिद्धेश?
How much it is allowed to firm that much. is
अरे बाबा तू
taxable
तो
for
मुझको
the-
लॉ ये पांडा तू मुझको लॉ बता रही है. लॉ आई नो, आई हैव ओनली रिटन दैट पर्टिकुलर सेंटेंस. आई एम आस्किंग यू लॉजिक. इतना सब बताने के पीछे लॉजिक पूछ रहा हूँ. Okay, first I will highlight the right answer. This is the right answer. 10 lakh is the wrong answer. Then why this much? मिला तो पार्टनर को 10 लाख. They have earned 10 lakh rupees from the firm. Why are you giving only deduction of only 8,70,000? Why are you taxing only 8,70,000? Why not 10 lakh rupees? What is the logic? Possible logic? Come on, tell me. I have only 4 minutes left. जल्दी जल्दी बोलो, जल्दी जल्दी बोलो. हेलो जल्दी बोलो.
Payment basis.
चुप रहे, कुछ भी बता रहा है. अरे जो फॉर्म के हाथ में डिसअलाउ हुआ, ये डिसअलाउड अमाउंट के ऊपर फॉर्म ने ही 30% पे टैक्स भर दिया है. The amount which was the disallowed in the hands of firm has already paid tax on that particular thing. Firm has paid 10 lakh rupees, but firm have not claimed deduction of 10 lakh rupees. Firm have claimed deduction of only 8,70,000 rupees. It was disallowed in the hands of firm. That means you should understand this amount will be added back to the profit of the firm. Are you able to follow this?
Yes.
And therefore firm has already paid 30% tax. You cannot re-tax that amount in the hands of partner. Therefore, that sentence we have written, only amount which is allowable in the hands of firm. Please understand, only amount which is deductible in the hands of firm will become taxable in the hands of partner. I hope you understood this particular sentence. Very important sentence. Okay. And this is the limit. This is how you apply the limit. Now, what is the book profit? What is the book profit, sir? Now you tell me. ये तुम्हारा profit and loss account है. तुम्हारा जो profit है, profit is 2 lakh, but partners remuneration जो तुमने दिया हुआ है, वो 7 lakh. You tell me this partner remuneration is the actual partner's remuneration, and we are computing limit for partner remuneration. And this profit which is given in the examination is after partner remuneration, after debiting partner's remuneration. And therefore, while computing book profit, law is saying, while computing book profit, you should add, come on, tell me, you should add back what? While computing book profit, you should add back actual partner's remuneration. So our profit is 2 lakh. Our profit is 2 lakh. Our partner's remuneration is 7 lakh. Is equal to how much? 9 lakh. This is how we compute book profit. That means you should have profit before partner's remuneration. That becomes your limiting figure. Okay. On that amount you compute limit. So look at this. Profit they will give you after debiting partner's remuneration. Please add back partner's remuneration to reach at the book profit. Am I clear with this point, this note? If institute gives you profit after partner remuneration, you should add it back to get the book profit, because the limits are linked to book profit. These limits are linked to book profit, not on the profit reported by the firm. ये समझा तुमको? आफ्टर रेम्युनरेशन देंगे, रेम्युनरेशन को ऐड बैक करना है ना, लिमिट निकाल रहे हैं ना हम लोग, रेम्युनरेशन का ही लिमिट निकाल रहे हैं. ओके, इज इट फाइन?
Yes.
Okay. Interest on partner's capital, if it is not authorized by the deed, it is disallowed. If it is authorized by the deed, maximum 12% allow. Can I pay 9% interest? Can I pay 9% interest to partners on partner's capital? Is there any problem in paying 9%?
No.
No, because I wanted to pay 9%, I will pay 9%, and it is within the income tax limit. But what if I'm paying 14%? What will happen? If I pay 14%, what will happen?
Disallowed.
2% will become disallowed. So any interest paid,
2% disallowed.
2% disallowed. Any interest paid beyond 12% will become disallowed. This is what we have said. This is the theoretical end of partners. What you say? Partners taxation under section 40B. One more small section is there, section 40BA. Any remuneration paid by AOP BY to its member is completely disallowed. There is no approval. So it's small section, not that important for our intermediate syllabus. We will continue with practical question in next lecture. Next lecture means now only, but this is about to log out. So recording will again take to process another 10 to 15 minutes. After that, we will re-log in. And Nilesh, please take me to some quiet place. There's a lot of disturbance here because we are in farm. What can we do?
Sir, now at what time we have to